Hey guys, Krisha here. Please be cautious of any fake comments and emails you may receive from people pretending to be Mango Research. Sean and I will never ever contact you for investment opportunities or anything of that sort. To get in touch with the real Mango team, make sure to join our official Discord chat using the link in the description below. Stay safe out there, and remember, do it Mango. And what's up you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha. And this is today's BNB, aka Binance coin analysis video. Now I know that Sean will be posting a, well, he's doing a live stream right now and he does intend on posting it. So I definitely suggest going ahead and checking that one out. Sometimes Sean's, not sometimes, in fact, quite often, Sean's live streams, they have like a lot of really rich information. Okay, a lot of good golden nuggets in terms of trading psychology and execution. Now this is something that we don't really, at least I don't talk about as much. It is trade execution, right? I sometimes give you all of these beautiful levels on my chart, and for the most part they do pan out, right? Like BNB was one of those examples wherein I forecast some amazing levels for you guys, and for the most part it has panned out so far to the T. But the thing about trading is that while the analysis is one part of it, the other, much more important part is the execution. Now, in the execution, it's not just your analysis that comes into play, but it is also trading psychology as well as discipline. And what Sean will give you in the live streams, okay, if you stick around for long enough and actually listen to him rant, you're going to get some really amazing golden nuggets on execution. Okay, so definitely go ahead and check that live stream out if you're here to learn. Alrighty. Now, without further ado, on today's agenda, we will first be starting off with the Mango dashboard, and then we'll be jumping on over to the charts. But if I had to be honest with you guys, okay, my sentiment right now across the board, okay, gun to my head, Krisha, are you bullish or are you bearish? I am bullish. Okay, I have been bullish even after the recent pullback that we saw the markets actually take. I have been bullish all this time. Okay, I'm not taking short trades. I'm only looking for the long side on Bitcoin as well as the altcoins. Alrighty, I still feel like the market has a lot more oomph to go, and I fully intend on being on the right side of the market. Okay, I want to be with that prevailing trend. Keep it nice and easy and breezy. Keep it mango for myself. Now, like I said, we'll first be starting off with the Mango dashboard, so let's get into it. So I'm currently on the 4-day time frame on the Mango dashboard. The 4-day is the Mango time frame. Let's go ahead and filter out BNB from this list. And as you can see here, BNB USDT did give us a long trend change, which came in 2 weeks ago. Okay, and if you manage to catch a trade based on this, you are still up a good 14%. This is even after the pullback that we saw. Okay, still 14%. And it's very easy to, when you're in the green, okay, in certain trades, it's easy to stick with the trend, right? You're not sitting in the red there, you're not bleeding for whatever reason. It's not, you know, keeping you uncomfortable. When you're in profits, you're sitting nice and comfortable in your position, especially if it's in consolidation, right? So 14% still if you manage to catch a trade based on the Mango dashboard on the 4-day time frame. BNB BTC also a bullish long trend change, which came in 21 days ago. Okay, and if you caught a trade on this, you are up a good 76% against Bitcoin. 76% against Bitcoin. Now, it's opportunities like this that really allow you to collect Bitcoin in a raging bull market. Okay, so if you're playing the Bitcoin pairings, and if you're catching the trend on the Bitcoin pairing, right? Because remember, Bitcoin too it's in a macro uptrend, right? You're playing one bull against another. But if you manage to catch a good trade setup on some of these coins against Bitcoin, that's a good opportunity to collect Bitcoin. Alrighty, and let's face it, now for those of you, anyone who's playing this market like me, my objective here is to collect Bitcoin. So I primarily am looking at those Bitcoin pairings. Alrighty, now of course it depends on your objective. You could be here to collect USDT. By all means, look at the USD pairing. Cool. And I also want to get on over to the 4-hour time frame, because what we saw recently was, well, the charts, everything was, you know, everything sort of took that pullback, right? charts across the board, and BNB2 was not immune to that pullback. BNB2 took a leg to the downside. So I want to see what the 4 hours essentially telling us here, because what I am looking for is that I know that, you know, a lot of these charts have taken the pullback, so I want to see the trends really flip bullish if I am anticipating a move to the upside. Okay, so as you can see here, the 4-hour time frame BNB USDT did give us a long trend change, which came in, it came in 22 hours ago, so not too long ago. If you manage to catch a trade on this, you are down a good 0.3%. Okay, so negligible, but we're sort of seeing, you know, the beginning of a potential trend reversal. Of course, nothing should be traded in isolation. We always implore you guys to go ahead, look at the charts, look for certain patterns, look for the structure of price action to really determine if the chart is taking a turn. Okay, so BNB USDT did give us a long trend change, which came in less than a day ago. BNB BTC, however, is still short. Okay, and in fact, this short trend change came in 10 hours ago. Okay, so there's something, there's a disconnect, but it's interesting. So what I am sort of garnering from this is that while BNB USDT is looking good, BNB against Bitcoin is short. Okay, telling me that Bitcoin may very well be the stronger contender here. But, like I said, not to be traded in isolation. Let's go ahead and look at the chart. Now, getting on over to the chart, this is the daily time frame. The daily looks beautiful, right? But we will first get on over to the weekly time frame. Okay. Now, why the weekly? Because, well, we did open a brand new weekly candle yesterday, right? And what I pretty much was looking for, I'm just going to zoom into this immediate price action here, was I know that Binance coin, okay, has been in a range, right? We penetrated a certain range, the range going in from $469, going all the way up to $598. Okay, the pink line that you see here, allow me to just make sure that I have that right. All the pink lines on my chart pretty much represent that midpoint. Okay, and this right here is the midpoint. I'm going to get rid of this guy. Cool. So that right there is the midpoint. The midpoint essentially comes in at $530. Okay, what I personally was looking for was for price to close over 530 if I was looking for that immediate sort of continuation going all the way back, testing these wick highs right here. But instead, we actually closed below. But still, it's not like that was bearish, okay? It was just saying that, you know what, Binance coin is still very much in its range of consolidation. Okay, that's what that was telling me. But notice what's happening, okay, at least on the weekly time frame, that this is one observation that I made, telling me that we might be seeing a squeeze-like situation on those lower time frames. I noticed a structure here on the weekly time frame, okay, and this is how you can really dissect those candles. I'm like, okay, we put in a high right here at around $638. The next week, we put in a lower high. Okay, now watch here. We also put in a low right here, okay, which came in at $428, and we put in a higher low, okay, on the next week, which came in at $450. Now, that is telling me that we might be seeing a squeeze-like situation there. So now this is where we get on over to the daily time frame. And also, sorry, another observation I made here, notice how the dynamic is still green. The dynamic is still bullish. Okay, green equals bullish. It is telling us that the bulls are still in control. This might see continuation to the upside. That bullish trend is still intact. Okay, so the dynamic has also given us a good bullish signal. We have not moved into that range of consolidation where it actually flips purple. Okay, so this is still good. Now, when we get on over to the daily time frame, we can essentially draw in a what? We can draw out that squeeze-like situation, which will give us a symmetrical triangle, right? And that can be drawn like this, all right? So that is the upper trend line, and this right here, my friends, is the lower trend line, okay? Now, please note that this consolidation has not really... it's not really picked a side, right? We're still sort of oscillating within that range. But I still sort of like the structure, okay? And what we need to understand here is that prevailing trend is still very much bullish. And the way I like to play, the mango way of playing things, is that we trade in the direction of least resistance. And I first assess the macro conditions to tell me, hey, which side is the direction of least resistance? Macro says bullish, I'm like, okay, side of least resistance is to the upside. Alrighty. Now, of course, a pattern only becomes a pattern after the break. So let's go ahead and first take the break of this beautiful symmetrical triangle to the upside. I'm going to plot it here. Okay, I'm going to plot it on this horizontal, which is also our weekly region of resistance that comes in at $596. I'm going to be looking at that as an official confirmation of, okay, you know what? Price has picked a side and we've decided to move to, well, the upside. We decided to break this to the upside. If this triangle actually plays out to the upside, the measured move of this will take BNB all the way up to $803. I'm going to go ahead and mark that with a line segment. Beautiful. And if we break to the downside, okay, I'm going to put that in line with this region of support that comes in here, okay, 469. And look at the symmetry in all of this, right? It's like price is oscillating within this weekly range that I drew out for you guys. Right? And also that consolidation is pretty much respecting those beautiful, beautiful boundaries. So everything is sort of lining up. And this is why I really like the BNB chart. It's so beautiful. It's just so easy to play, right? But if this triangle, for whatever reason, actually breaks to the downside, the next region of support, or rather the measured move of this, comes in at $266. Okay, we also have a major region of support that comes in at 281. That's the one that we broke out of here, and we saw that immediate continuation to the upside. But another thing about this, guys, is that not only is this asymmetrical triangle, it is also a bull flag. Okay, and this region right here that comes in at $800, that is only the conservative measured move of the bull flag that is contingent on us actually breaking to the upside. So only when we break to the upside does this entire pattern really activate. Okay, it is the break that activates the pattern. Before that, a pattern is pretty much price oscillating within a range. Okay, what I'm really liking about this picture right now is that on the daily time frame, at the very least, notice how we've pierced that midpoint, right? That comes in at $531, and price is right now using it as support, and we're currently bouncing off of that region. Any penetration of this $600 region, also notice the relevance of $600 on the daily time frame. We have yet to close a single daily candle over $600. Okay, the first candle body close over $600 is going to tip me off on continuation to the upside. Okay, my ideal play on this, and now this is how I have been playing BNB, is I wait for a major point, a major resistance to be taken out, and I also wait for the dynamic to turn green, giving me that A-OK bullish sign, and I'm in the trade. Okay, the last time it did that was somewhere around here, at least at the very least on the daily time frame. Okay, we saw this region get taken out on the daily. This came in at 293, going all the way down to this weekly region of resistance at 281. So I was looking for that zone to be cleared. And as soon as that cleared, price broke up. Dynamic 2 turned green. Okay, take the trade on the retest, which we got pretty much right there. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that was. And then we saw that immediate continuation to the upside. Okay, so from where price broke out to the highs, that was good 104%. Okay, 104%. And even if you sort of just went off based on the dynamic and when it sort of turned in neutral. Okay, so it turned in neutral somewhere around here. I'll take it at the lowest point, okay, the lowest candle close. And that would have still been a 72% return on your trade. Okay, if you just sort of followed the dynamic as soon as we got that break. Okay, 72% minimum. Now, this is what BNB is doing on the daily time frame. I think it's going to be moot to get on over to the lower time frames because, I mean, look at how neat this picture is, right? This is all you really need. So dynamic, price against dynamic is still looking good. Dynamic is still neutral. As soon as we start taking out the resistance and we turn green, I think that's going to be a great opportunity. Let's also go ahead and put on our Ichimoku cloud. I'm also going to go ahead and get rid of these nasty friggin' lines. So messy. Sean absolutely hates my charts. He gets like an anxiety attack. It's pretty funny. But okay, so price against the Ichimoku cloud. The cloud is still green. The TK cross, guys, is still intact, right? We got the Tenkin over the Kijun, which is a bullish crossover setup. We're also living. Notice how well we're holding the 21 EMA. That 21 EMA has pretty much been the guide to price action right here, right? We've been getting supported off of that region, and it's been so clean. Okay, also notice the 10 SMA, 21 EMA bullish crossover is also intact. Not just that, on this candle right here, not only did we take out the midpoint, but we also took out the 10 SMA to the upside. Okay, and look at this. I'm just going to zoom into this price action. Okay, we took both these regions out. Price has come down, given us a test, okay, almost like a little front run of that 10 SMA, as well as we came down to test the midpoint at 529. And what do we see here? We saw price bounce off of it. Okay, also notice these candles right here. As soon as we broke the midpoint, we came all the way back down to the bottom of the range. Okay, coming and giving that 21 EMA Tenkin an official test, as well as this region of support. Price closed over all three regions, only for us to bounce back up over the range. Once again, we broke the midpoint, held it as resistance for 1, 2, 3 days. 3 days in a row, we held it as resistance until we managed to take it back out today. Okay, so these are very, very key pieces of information. While they are small, they're key because they help formulate a better picture for you. It allows you to understand who is in control of this chart, who has the edge here, okay, getting into the next couple of days. So what I will be keeping my eyes peeled on is how price moves from here. If we manage to take out this $600 region, I'm saying up we go, okay? If we get resisted here once again, I'll be looking for price to come back down, test the midpoint. If we break the midpoint, I'll be looking for further downside on BNB USDT, okay? The key region, if this has to break down, I'll be watching out for how price closes relative to 468. If I see even one candle body close underneath this region, the next major support that will be contended comes in at $375. Okay, so remember, it's going to be an if this then that. What an if this then that approach really does for you, it keeps your biases at bay. It helps you understand where price is likely going to go. Okay, these are key reference points that will tell you the potential direction of price. Alrighty, so now this is what BNB USDT is doing. I think it's freaking bullish, okay? It's a symmetrical triangle bull flag. We take out $600, up we go. Okay, next target, $800. Now getting on over to BNB BTC, I'm currently on the weekly time frame. We will only be dissecting this one on the weekly time frame. Now the last time I brought up BNB against Bitcoin to your attention, I essentially brought up this beautiful, beautiful cup and handle like formation, okay, and this is it right here. Now that marks the neckline of the cup and handle formation. Now mind you, this is not neat at all, but it has the psychology, okay, the price psychology of that of a cup and handle. All right, and we did see a break of it. I do believe that we also have the right volume profile to support it as well. Okay, now if we go ahead and plot in the measured move of this cup and handle, I think we've met it, but I can't be sure. Okay, let's go ahead and plot that in. Okay, beautiful. The measured move of the cup and handle, guys, comes in at, let's get a drum roll, please, 0.01233 sats. That's where it comes in at. From where price is at right now to that region of contention, that is going to be another, that's going to be 25% to the upside, okay? So still a nice move to go for BNB against Bitcoin. Let's also go ahead and put on our Ichimoku cloud here, see where we are relative to our levels. Okay, so Tenkin Kijun, they're pretty much sitting on top of each other. We can see that, look at how aggressively the 21 EMA is moving up to price, eh? That is a pretty freaking aggressive slope there. I thought that was my drawing for a second. But no, that right there is the 21 EMA moving up to price. Okay, let's also go ahead and put on our 10 SMA. 10 SMA, guys, doing the same thing. And once again, it is a bullish crossover setup between the two. Okay. What I will be looking for in order for us to actually see that continuation to the upside, I'll be looking for price to maintain this region right here as the low. Now, this comes in at 886,000 sats. I'm just rounding down here. Okay, 886 sats. And I'm sort of marking out this wick high right here, okay, to give me that level. As long as price lives over that region, I do believe that BNB against BTC is likely going to see continuation to the upside. And the biggest tip-off, honestly, for us is going to be how BNB USDT reacts off of its current consolidation. If we break that symmetrical triangle to the upside while Bitcoin is consolidating, there's a good chance that BNB BTC also moves to the upside, giving us an official test of that measured move, which is still a good 25% from where we're at right now. Could that mean that price gets rejected off of that region and there's no more oomph on this chart? No, absolutely not, right? That is only one region of resistance overhead. Now, as soon as price starts showing more strength on the chart, there's a good chance that we even break that and then have another leg to the upside. But at the very least, I'll be expecting price to contest this, depending on how BNB USDT reacts off of its prevailing structure right now. Okay. Overall, guys, I think it's looking good. Okay, if I had to really put a bet on this, BNB is looking good. I am still leaning bullish on this chart. Okay, now this is my opinion, of course. I'm looking at all the information that I have in front of me. I understand that it's still in its consolidation, but I'm liking that macro structure. Okay, and I'm really liking the way the alts are reacting right now. And if there's anything that's sort of tipping me off on, you know, the direction of least resistance is to the upside, it is the way everything else is moving right now. Okay, just the overall sort of market condition. We're seeing the alts rip to the upside while Bitcoin is still sort of in its range of consolidation. All right, so that's a pretty freaking neat picture. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Is there any news in the horizon for BNB? Anything that we need to be excited about or even skeptical about, right? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. With this, guys, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao.